Welcome to another episode of Unwiring Tech. I am Amrita, joined by my co-host Ranjana. We are back with another fascinating topic. Today, we are going to talk about an issue that has repeatedly made headlines this election season and has also given us a bit of a scare. Deepfake videos and other AI-generated content.
Amidst this Lok Sabha election, one thing that caught our eyes were deepfake videos of famous celebrities like Ranveer Singh and Aamir Khan, endorsing particular political candidates. We also saw videos of political leaders saying things they never actually said, such as the video of BJP leader Amit Shah. And if that wasn't enough, deceased political leaders were brought back to life with the help of AI, including the late CM Jayalalitha and late MP H. Vasanth-Kumar. Let's first understand what exactly is a deepfake.
To put it simply, a deepfake is a type of synthetic media where a person in an image or video is swapped with another person's likeness. The term deepfake was first coined in late 2017 by a Reddit user of the same name. Initially, creating deepfake content required a lot of expertise and was concentrated in a few hands. But now, with the advent of generative AI, it has been democratized. Anyone from anywhere at any time can create deepfake content.
Deepfake technology has some very intriguing applications. In entertainment, it can bring historical figures to life or de-age actors for movie roles. In education, it can create immersive interactive learning experiences. Imagine a history lessons where students can interact with a lifelike representation of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Sounds great and very promising, doesn't it?
Right, Ranjana? However, AI's journey is not without its hurdles. While it offers numerous positive applications, it also harbors significant drawbacks, particularly in the realms of misinformation, disinformation, and deepfakes. Misuse of deepfake technology can create false narratives, sway public opinion, and compromise the integrity of electoral processes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed concerns over its societal impact and lack of parallel mechanisms for verification and authentication. Similarly, Sri Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Election Commissioner of India, has highlighted the potential negative consequences on electoral processes. Another alarming aspect is privacy invasion and harassment. Deepfake pornography, where someone's face is superimposed onto explicit content without their consent, is a growing issue. These hyper-realistic digital falsifications can damage reputations, fabricate evidence, and also undermine trust in democratic institutions. This phenomenon has forayed into political messaging as well, becoming a serious concern in the recent Lok Sabha elections.
To combat these threats, various measures are being developed. Researchers are working on AI tools to detect deepfakes by analyzing inconsistencies in videos, such as unnatural blinking patterns or lighting mismatches. Companies like Facebook and Google are investing in technologies to identify and remove deepfake content from their platforms. Additionally, government is also starting to implement legislation to penalize the creation and distribution of malicious deepfakes. India is taking proactive steps to tackle the challenges posed by deepfakes. The Election Commission of India, concerned about the spread of misinformation through deepfake content, has issued an advisory to all recognized political parties. They are urged not to use deepfakes and misinformation in their social media posts and are required to remove any such fake audios and videos within 3 hours of becoming aware of them.
But what legal recourse is available if you fall victim to such deepfake content? In India, there are no specific laws addressing deepfakes and AI-related crimes. But provisions under various legislations could offer both civil and criminal relief. Section 66E of the Information Technology Act 2000 applies to deepfake crimes involving the capture, publication, or transmission of a person's images in mass media, violating their privacy.
Similarly, Section 66D of the IT Act punishes individuals who use communication devices or computer resources with malicious intent, leading to impersonation or cheating. Further, Section 67, 67A and 67B of the IT Act can prosecute individuals for publishing or transmitting deepfakes that are obscene or contain sexually explicit acts. The IT rules prohibit hosting any content that impersonates another person and require social media platforms to quickly take down artificially morphed images of individuals when alerted. Failure to do so risks losing the safe harbor protection, which protects social media companies from regulatory liability for third-party content shared by users on their platforms.
Provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita can also be resorted to for cybercrimes associated with deepfakes. Sections 509, words, gestures, or acts intended to insult the modesty of a woman, 499, criminal defamation, and 153A and B, spreading hate on communal lines, among others. Apart from this, the Copyright Act of 1957 can also be used if any copyrighted image or video has been used to create deepfakes. Section 57 prohibits the unauthorized use of any property belonging to another person and on which the latter enjoys an exclusive right. Hence, it can be said that there is a legal vacuum, but not entirely.
True, Amrita. But it's not just about regulation and detection. Public awareness and education are crucial. People need to understand the existence and potential misuse of deepfakes to critically evaluate the media they consume. Media literacy program can help individuals recognize the signs of manipulated content and develop a healthy skepticism towards suspicious videos and images.
You have highlighted some very important points, Ranjana. So what does the future hold for deepfakes and AI? As technology advances, the line between real and fake will continue to blur, making it increasingly challenging to distinguish between the two. While this poses significant risks, it also offers opportunities for innovation in various fields. The key will be to finding a balance between leveraging the benefits of deepfake technology and mitigating its potential harms, and also to stay aware.
As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to foster collaboration between tech companies, government, and the public. By working together, we can develop effective strategies to address the challenges posed by deepfakes, while ensuring that the technology is used ethically and responsibly.
That's it for today's episode. If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of technology and its impact on our lives. Thank you for listening.